How's it going, guys? It's your boy Fix It Daniel, and today we got something a little different. I hadn't planned on filming it, but I thought I'd do it anyway. I'm going to show you guys how to fix your air bleeder tool when it breaks. So, let us get into it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys have not checked out my stuff, please go down, like, and subscribe. Check it out. I really do appreciate it. Help out the algorithm and help me grow as well. But today we're doing something a little different, little side project that I'm working on. I'm working on a vector air bleeder tool. I'm fixing it DIY style, so that way it works for me. It was broke when I bought it from eBay. They gave me back the money, and I kept the product. Now I could have just chucked it, thrown it away, but I think I'm going to decide to see if I can get it fixed DIY style. So let me get in and show you guys what we're going to be doing. Okay guys, I'm going to come to the floor here and show you what we got. So this is a vector air pump. You put the fluid in this white reservoir and then you normally pump it up top. But I fixed it DIY style because, like I said, when I first got it, it came to me already destroyed from Amazon to eBay, sold purchase to me. So it's kind of crazy. So basically, normally there was a pump here. You'd pump it up and down. It would build pressure in here, and then you take this line with a little cap at the end on it, and you put it over your reservoir, and then you would bleed your brakes. So this is kind of like a one-person tool where you put the fluid in here, pump it up. You know, you get to like 20 pounds, whichever. Take this plug or this line, then you get the little cap, and then you plug it in. Let's see if I can show you what the cap looks like. So this is what the cap looks like. Of course, it doesn't fit on my car because my car has a different type of, I got a Cadillac, so this is a different type of plug. But you basically take this, and then you would just plug it in on top like that. And then you would go to all four of your tires and bleed. Now this keeps the reservoir in your car full because the line would come through the brake line, build up some pressure, suck it up, whatever, and then go through the line. Well, this never worked from get-go. Something was in here with this cylinder to build pressure up. It was the wrong type of a seal. I think if I could find the right type, it would have been working, but I could not figure it out. And Vector didn't help. No one helped me out to figure out this notion. So I could have just chucked in, got another one, and hoped it didn't break. But this actually is pretty good. So what I did was I took this off. I used my little unibit, made a little hole up top here, and then threaded it with some thread tape and threaded it right on. It works perfect. So we got this nice and sealed. We'll keep it sealed, no problem. You can take it off if you have to, if you need to work on it. We tightened this up because this was a little loose. It was letting air pressure out of here. It was actually holding, but it was leaking out of some of the orifices. Like I took this one off and Teflon taped it. This was a little tight, so I tightened it up. I put a little cap on this and got this nice and tight. This is easy to turn on, tighten up and untighten, but I got some Teflon tape on here. But the culprit is this little cap here. It's definitely leaking from here, and I actually had it up to about like, I had it about like 40 PSI on here, and it ended up popping it off. It didn't break it, it just popped it. So this is the weak part right here. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to seal this up. So what we're going to do is where this cap will never be used again because this is the weak point. So we're going to seal it, and then we're just going to keep filling it up in here because not a big deal. You got a pressure relief here, or if you're having a problem, you can take it off here. Just take this line off and all the air comes out, or you can take it off here. So I got like 3 other places I could take this line off to get all the pressure out. This is just like for a filler. You could pour some in there, but that's not a big deal. So we are going to seal this up with some kind of epoxy, some Gorilla Glue or whatever kind of epoxy, and let it harden, and hopefully that'll take care of our sealing part, and then we should be able to pump it up, hold some pressure, because it was holding pressure really, really good. It was moving just a little bit, and the only orifice came out was here, because once I got it to 40 PSI, it popped right here, nowhere else but here. So we are definitely going to be taking care of that. So let us go to the counter and then we'll try to get this all epoxied up and see how it goes. Okay guys, so we're back. So what we're gonna do is we're going to seal this up. Doing it outside, it's nice. It's nice outside, but one of the reasons why I'm doing it outside is because it is the fumes is pretty bad with the epoxy. So we're not gonna do it inside. We can do it outside and then let it adhere inside. So we're going to be right now. Hold on a second. Sorry. All right. So right now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using this this JB Weld clear epoxy. So this will work out great. And then what we'll do is pop this top, if it'll come off. Hopefully it's still good. Oh, I think we're good. This is why I'm wearing gloves. We don't need a whole lot. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. We can use the whole entire thing. That's a perfect. All right. So I'm gonna set this here. Use one of my daughter's clips because I already used the little popsicle stick and I don't have another popsicle stick. So yeah, the fumes are pretty bad even just stirring this together. So we're gonna try and hurry because we are outside. The wind blowing, it might dry it a little faster. So we're going to epoxy this up, get this nice and stirred. We're just gonna pour it all up in here and then we'll tighten it on the top. So here we go. So I want it to be completely in here so that way it'll actually seal up. The more the better, and it's gonna harden and we'll never be able to open it again. So hopefully with this epoxy it'll seal perfectly. Try not to get it on the sides. So I just thought of this theory. You know me, I'm always good about trying to make things work, and I really didn't want to throw this away because this is a perfectly nice setup. It's just that the plunging part doesn't work. So I figure why not try to make it work. So that's actually quite good. So we'll put a little bit more in there. All right, and then I'm gonna put a little bit on here too. The more the better. Let's figure waste not, right? So we're going to be putting this on, using all of it as much as we possibly can. Try not to make too much of a mess. Use this as like a glue here on the bottom. Hopefully you guys are seeing this. I'm back on my camera now. So, all right. So we got this, it's in here. So now we're just gonna twist and just get it on here. And then we'll wipe off the excess with some towels and stuff before it dries so it doesn't look terrible. All right. Then we're gonna take our wrench. This is a wrench to tighten this down, and it's also used for the cap for the reservoir on the car. But we're gonna use it for this. We're gonna tighten it as much as we can. All right, I think we're good. We'll go one more back. We'll go back one more notch. All right, I think we're good there. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, so we're gonna use some of the rest of this resin and try to make sure that all these little seals are holding together. We still have time to wipe it. It takes a good bit for it to dry, but I just want to make sure that I get every orifice and I see a little bit of things that are not covered. I think what we'll do is we'll take this top off so it gets it out of the way. We can always tape it later. Yeah, that's good. All right, so just gonna keep on adding this stuff. Oh, that's a good, it's nice and good and sealed up top, all the way around. Making sure all the areas are good. All right, now we'll go get our towel. Let's use this one. Get a rag and just wipe it off. So I'm just going to wipe it so it doesn't look so terrible later. Clean up all the excess stuff. Alright, that looks pretty good. So while I have it off, I'm just going to show you. So this is the plunger. As you can see, I put some extra gasketing down there to hold it in place. Seems like it works pretty good. And then up top here is where the plunger used to go, and you pumped it. So, and this is fine because see, we could take this off. I got Teflon tape on it, and then I can just pour the fluid in here and then put this down and tighten it up. So I don't really need this port open. So should be fine, no problems. So cool. So we'll let this sit, let it dry. We'll let it dry overnight because it needs to dry for a nice good long time. So we're gonna let it dry and we'll come and check it out tomorrow.
2,000 years later.
Okay guys, so we're back. It is the next, well, actually it's the second day. We actually waited a couple of days to let it dry. So now we are going to show you what the results look like on the canister, and we're going to pressure test it. So let's go check it out and see what it looks like. Alright guys, so now we are going to come and look at this, and it's completely dry. It is nice and hardened. I kind of over tightened it, but it's fine because the resin of epoxy will actually keep this straight. It should be good to go. So we are going to see if this thing will hold pressure and see if this thing will actually work. So let's get the main cap on here and we will build the pressure. Hopefully the pressure will be good. We'll probably do it to like maybe 30 or 40, probably 30. That's about as much as you don't actually going to need 30. So we'll pump it up to like 30. That should be a good safe line to where the pressure won't blow. Because this is just for the gravity feed for the actual for this line here. There's actually a line right in here that sucks up the brake fluid and then sends it out of that and goes into the reservoir. So let's just get this thing set up, get it pumped to 30 psi, and let's see if this is going to work. Okay guys, so now we're going to put this on. We're going to put this plug piece on because this is the last little piece. This is what's going to hold the pressure on. So we'll get this going. It looks good. All right, now we're ready to go. So now we're going to turn on this air compressor. We got it set for 30 psi, and that's what we're going to put it for, is 30 psi. So let's see what happens when we turn it on. It's going to be a little loud, so bear with me. Alright, so now we're at 30 psi. We're at a nice good safe area, and it looks like it's holding pretty good. Losing a little bit of air. Not for sure where. Oh, no. Alright, so it's actually holding pretty good. Normally you probably put it about maybe 20, maybe 15 psi. So it's moving down a little bit, but it's not too much. I'm not quite for sure where the air is leaking from. So, but for the most part it's holding. And I think this will actually hold good enough to do the test. I mean, it's not moving that much at all. It's moving a little bit, but I think it's enough to hold it. It's ever so gently. Actually, no, wait, I think I got it tightened pretty good now. It's not moving now. So that's actually perfect. Just a tad bit. Just a tad bit moving, and that's okay. Maybe we can seal this part off if we need to because this probably won't need to be opened anymore because there's nothing in it. But if we want to service it, or if we ever something does go wrong, if we need to fix it, we could fix it. But really, honestly, there's nothing in here. There's nothing in this cylinder. There's nothing holding it in place anymore. It's just this. So, you know, if we really wanted to go crazy with it, we could seal this. We could seal up here. And then the only other thing would be... Actually, I think I feel some air. Because I thought I did. I thought I felt an air breeze blow. No, I guess not. Okay. I guess where I feel some air breeze blowing. But I guess it's weird. I guess it's not. Okay. I don't feel... No, I guess not. I could have sworn I felt a breeze blow, but it could be because the door is open, so... Yeah. So we're okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's holding pretty good. I mean, if we need to get that technical with it, let's try and pump it up one more time to get to 30. And let's see what it does. Alright, so we're back at 30 again. And, yeah, it's actually holding quite well. And this pretty much, this whole entire, the reason why you want pressure is, like I was saying, is that when this is hooked on to the actual reservoir, when I get the right cap, so this, I'll just use this as an example. So this is the cap that would go over my reservoir on the car. This would be plugged into it with one of these plugged into it. So when this whole system is so, you can do it by yourself. You can replace the brake fluid by yourself without anybody being around. So you would take this, plug it in, goes into the reservoir of your car. You'd build up the pressure, and then you would have this filled up with like 2 gallons of brake fluid. When you start bleeding the brakes, the fluid will come out of here and get filled back into the reservoir from this. And then you check the pressure every now and then, and you just have to pump it up. And then once you get the pressure pumped up, then you're good to go. And then you just keep going, and then just keep an eye on your pressure. And if the pressure gets low, keep filling it, and then keep filling it. So it'll be like a slow trickle, and this is to help get the old fluid out with the new fluid in. So this will actually work, even though it's got a little bit of a leak. Not quite for sure where it's coming from. It could be coming from a bunch of places, but right now I don't feel anything leaking or hissing or making any noise. So wherever the leak is coming from, it's very, very, very slow. And I thought it was coming from this bottom here, but I seriously doubt that. Because there's nothing on the bottom. It's just a holder. So I don't feel anything. I don't hear no hissing noises or bubbles or anything. So yeah, I think we're all right. Yeah, I think we're okay. I think it might be coming from here. I think I feel it. Yeah, I think it's coming from here. I can feel a little breeze when it's close to me, and I can feel it in my hand. Something's breeze blowing, but I think it's from this actual relief pressure thing. So that's okay. We could fix that. We could easily fix it just by taking this completely off and then just filling it with a resin, and never have to worry about that. But it's helped to have a pressure relief, because if I didn't, the only way to relieve the pressure would be to maybe put the thing on here and let it just squeeze it and let it just air out, or take this off, and this would be under 30 pounds of pressure. So this is kind of necessary. I think it's very necessary to let the pressure out. So we'll just have to figure a way of, there is a way of tightening this. I think you can tighten it a little bit more, like so. and I think we'll be good. Let me try one more time, and I think that should probably do it. So let's try one more time. Yeah, I think that's it. It's under so much pressure. That's actually perfect. It's not moving a whole lot, and as I'm tightening this, the pressure's holding. Yeah, it's actually holding. It's moving ever so gently, but I think that's okay. That's not going to kill that much. And if anything, if we have to, we'll just keep filling it with air up to 30 pounds, and then, you know, we can do it right on the car, because even if this was plugged in to the reservoir, you know, I could always keep the air line tied to it, and then we could always I could just keep it connected like, I could keep it connected like this. And then when I need to put some more air in it, just hit the switch. Hit the switch, let it fill, turn it off. Hit the switch, let it fill, turn it off. So I'm okay with it leaking just a little bit. That's a good success. Now I have an actual working reservoir pump that I can use to bleed my brakes. And I don't have to go buy one because I have one here. And I'll probably eventually will buy a better one that actually works as a backup, just in case this one goes kaput. But for right now, it's working really well. So all I gotta do is go order and find a cap that'll fit on the Cadillac and the Ford, and I'll be good to go, and I can actually start bleeding brakes. So I call that a win. And just like that, guys, we are done. This is completely all done, ready for me to use. I just need to go buy a cap to put on the reservoir, but that is pretty much it. Guys, that was pretty simple, really easy to work on, and I didn't have to throw it away. I was really thinking of trying to DIY it, reuse it, so that would work, and I have done it. So it's pretty much not that hard. It's really quite simple. You know, just make sure you figure out how you want to do it, figure where the leaks are coming from, because obviously even if this cylinder was working, it still would have been leaking from here with all the pressure. So we just sealed this off, put some Teflon tape on here, Teflon tape on here, sealed this up. Didn't put any Teflon tape on this, but we definitely got nice and tight and snug down. If we have to later, we can always seal this part up here, and that should be about it. So guys, that's really cool. Well, that's it, guys. Well, we are done. Everything is good to go. So I had hinted that I had some kind of, just something I want to let you guys know. I had hinted that there was some kind of deal going on, and I don't know if it's going to go through. So I had a deal on another scooter for me. This is my brother's scooter, but I was going to get me one, something a little bit more bigger and cooler than what that one was. That's cooler for someone small and short, like my brother's size, or someone smaller. That's not for me, it's too big. So I had something in the works, but I think it kind of fell through. But we'll see what happens later down the road. Maybe it'll actually go through, but I think I'm gonna look for some other stuff to find another bike or something like that. But it is what it is. It's not a big deal. But guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I know it was kind of short, wasn't very long, but just wanted to get that out. I thought it was really cool to show you guys how you can utilize something even though it's broken. Just figure it out and think, and then put it together and execute it. And if it destroys and it doesn't work, then you just chuck it. So it's not anything that would have been terrible if it didn't work. I just would have thrown it away and gotten the right one that actually did work. But guys, thank you for watching so much. Please follow me on Instagram at FixItDaniel. It's right there. I really do appreciate all the love and support that you guys do. I haven't really done any much lately. I took like a few days off to a week because everything's just kind of at a stop still. Trying to work on some parts, and the deal of the bike thing would have been what I was hoping for, but since that didn't go through, that kind of changed a lot of my plans of what I had planned on doing as far as like showing you guys. So I have to rethink and go back to the drawing board since that didn't come through. But no problems, we'll have something for you to show you guys. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Please go and down and check my other videos if you haven't. Show your love and support. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate all the comments. And if you guys got any questions, please comment me on my my Instagram page or YouTube. That always works. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. You guys have a good and blessed day, and I'll see you on the next fix. Until then, peace.